Oh my god. Look. Look what Sancho said to me. Look. Turn. Oh my god, the pyramid, did you know aliens built them? Lol. They put on a rock for every shit opinion you have. Thank you for your service to the Egyptian community. Yes, I've seen tabby nerfs. Bro, took them like years. How was that item allowed to be like exist for like years? Okay, oh my god, you guys will not give me a break. Let's give you the react, okay? Let's give you the react. Please, editor, make this a video for the Drututt shorts so people can stop asking me have I seen the changes.
Hey guys, we have some absolutely massive news. A lot of changes are coming to the PvE. Lethal tempo is getting removed, for example.
Thank God.
Crit items are gonna have 25% crit instead of 20. Then we also have changes to the Ghost. Riot thinks Ghost is too good. We even have some new added items to the game. Almost every single marksman item got changed. As you can see, for example, here, Phantom Dancer no longer has AD. The values got changed all over. For example, Mercurial Scimitar has lifesteal now and doesn't have crit anymore. And then you have Bloodthirster that has more stats, but it has no crit. A lot of changes. I'm going to show you all of that in this video, so stay tuned. So let's get started with Riot's article. In here, they discuss the changes, because currently we're getting the mid-season changes. The season is divided into 3 splits. So right now with the split 2, Riot is doing medium-sized gameplay changes. They are currently live on PvE, but they will hit the live servers in just 2 weeks. So you better get familiar with them. Let's get started with rune changes. So as you can already see here, Lethal Tempo has been removed. In its place, we didn't get a new keystone, but we have Press the Attack that has been changed. So right now Press the Attack works until the end of the combat. So when it procs after 3 attacks, it will last until the end of the combat. So this is basically going to be less burst and more consistent damage. This is absolutely massive for champions like Yone, Yasuo, Jinx,
kinda overtuned on
and then another rune
it gives you like 10 per minion.
Is that we lost Overheal, and in its place we have Absorb Life.
Worst change.
So what does Absorb Life do?
Why remove tenacity? Oh yeah, I love when Fiddlestick fucking presses Q on me and I don't move for like 3 seconds. Oh yeah, I love it. I love when Gigacha, the Pantheon, fucking clicks W on me as well and I have a 1-second stun on my ass. Yeah, or when Zillion presses E on me. Yeah, remove tenacity. Either build Mercs or suck my cock. Worst change.
Enemy. So this is supposedly going to be a sustain for the later parts of the game. And another change to the runes, that Legend Tenacity got removed and now we got Legend Haste, so you basically get ability haste on takedowns.
Holy
Wanna
shit.
have ability haste for every legend stack, up to 10 stacks, so you can get 15 ability haste from Legend Haste.
Don't make the Jax joke, you will get banned.
Right now it does 8% more damage to champions who have more than 60% max HP. And then we have one more major rune.
Yo! Briar Nafiri, I heard you were champions. Bye bye! Bye bye, Nafiri Briar! Fuck you! We at Riot Games don't give a shit about you. Bye bye, those 2 exactly. 2 users of fucking mainly active items. Bye bye, Briar. You're not being a champion for the next season. See you until the next rework.
Changes is that Predator has been removed. There is pretty much no compensation for it, but Predator has been pretty lackluster in the recent times, so that doesn't really surprise me. There are also some more rune changes.
Oh! Oh! I can have footwear and triple tonic now. I can have footwear and triple tonic now. Never mind, Nafiri is so back.
Tonic that got moved to the road 2, and the triple tonic that got
yes!
here replaces the futures market. So futures market is no longer here. And then we got another new rune in this inspiration tree. This is Jack of all trades, and it replaces the Time Warp tonic on row 3. And Time Warp trying, by the way, moved to row 2 to replace the Minion Dematerializer. So Minion Dematerializer and then Futures Market are completely removed. And here we have the new rune, Jack of all trades. For each different stat gained from items, gain 1
Why
jack
was
stack.
futures removed?
Each stack grants you 1
Why? Oh my god, Kane top! I just realized. Goodbye Kaisa and Kane top. No futures market, their entire game plan is over. Is it over for Mish? Is it over for Mish? Kane and Kaisa relied on that one rune to function on top lane. And now they can't function. No futures market, Kane can't play the game. GG.
ability haste. Gain bonus adaptive force at 5 and 10 stacks.
Bro, remove Hex Splash and give back futures
We
market.
also have the rework to Font of Life rune, so when you disturb the
Fucking Hex Splash is toxic as fuck anyway, remove it.
enemy of enemy champions, you can restore health to you and your nearby allies with the lowest health. Alrighty, so we just got
Fucking about time, Resolve 3 has like 3 sections. The first one is garbage, you have Demolish, which is like You have Font of Life, which was garbage, and Shield Bash, which is like exclusively a Camille rune. And then you had second row, which is Omega OP, Conditioning, Omega OP, Second Wind, Omega OP, Bond Plating, really best minor rune in the game. And then you have Overgrowth, basically.
into the game, and let's test the press the attack right now. So how does it work? 91, and then you get a little burst, and then consistently until the end of the combat, you will have extra bonus damage. We also got few completely
But like on everyone, or just that one target you fucking press the attack on?
and then you get a little burst.
Wait, is that on everyone? Isn't it just better Conqueror then?
Combat, you will have extra bonus damage. We also got few completely new items to the game, like Overlord's Bloodmail, that gives you 40 AD, 500 health, and gains 2% of your bonus health as attack damage. So this is kind of similar to the old
Mundo
Atlas
Scion
Impaler.
item, okay.
And also
Riot was like, okay, boss FFS. We are tired of Mascot of League being stuck in Low Master, eating shit on Vi and Jax. We are gonna give you an overpowered item back. Yes, thank you Rajot Games, I appreciate it. You're welcome.
gains up to 10% increased attack damage based on your percent missing health. I think this can be a pretty cool build for Mundo.
Yeah, Briar! Yeah, Briar, bro, for sure.
Mundo may be able to cook. And the build path is hilarious with 2 tunnelers. Then we have new AP item, Fated Ashes. It gives you 40 AP for just 900 gold, and dealing damage with abilities causes enemies to burn for 7 magic damage per second for 3 seconds. This damage increases
Component.
by 20 per second to monsters. And this item builds to a completely new item, Blackfire Torch, 90 AP, 600 mana, 25 ability haste. Dealing damage with abilities causes an enemy to burn for 21 magic damage per second for 3 seconds, and this damage is increased by 20 per
AP
second
Shaco
to
item.
monsters. Also, the Blackfire passive, for each enemy champion, epic monster, and large monster affected by your Baleful Blaze, so the burn that I just mentioned, you gain 4% ability power. So let me demonstrate you that Blackfire effect. As they say, each enemy champion, epic monster, and large monster are affected by your passive, gains you 4 AP. Here we have 3 targets, and my AP went from 108 to 121, so it increased by 12%.
Whatever.
Let's try to do it with a large monster. You see, my AP also increased. I think this mechanic is gonna be very interesting in League of Legends. We also got some symbiotic souls, so quest boots that empower your recall. I don't really know what's about them. And then we have Zephyr. Zephyr can be upgraded from Berserkers. So it unlocks at level 15, 40% attack speed, 65 movement speed. I mean, AD carries are gonna be really happy about this item. I don't really see upgrades to the other items, so this one is gonna be pretty crazy. Here we have Yuntal Wild Arrows. It gives you 65 AD and 25% critical chance. It builds off Pickaxe and Non-Quiver. So Non-Quiver got pretty changed, because right now it's basically 25 AD and 20% critical strike. So
wow, GG.
this item scales
That's
with
garbage component now.
35% total AD. Let me show you how that's gonna be when I crit. Okay, I crit and it does extra damage over time. So this can be
No,
pretty
it
good
doesn't
for
require the rune goose.
some extra damage on top of having
It's just a
crits
bug.
and a lot of damage. So pretty cool item. So Phantom Dancer is 2600 now, not 2800. It doesn't have AD. It has 60% attack speed. Also the passive got removed from it. So now you only get ghosted. So we have 60% attack speed, and remember 25% crit and 12%
Meh.
movement speed, but 25%
Can't think
crit.
who would
So
use
what I
that
was
besides
saying
maybe Jinx
at the
Zeri.
beginning is that all crit items, as you can see right now, have 25% crit. This is absolutely massive. We're back to the good old times where the crit items had 25% crit. Okay, what about changes to the other items? Well, let me first go with the fact that Storm Razor
Kraken
is
is
no longer in the game.
3.1k now. Is this over for Mish? Oh my god, oh my god.
So the Kirchhoff Shard is also not in the game. They both have been removed. So then we go to Blade of the Ruined King. Although components remain the same, the statistics have been changed. So from 40 to 55 AD, from 25 to 30 attack speed, and from 8% to 10% lifesteal. But the attacks that apply extra enemy health from physical damage on hit are reduced. So for ranged it's 6%, it used to be 9%, and for melee I assume it also got decreased. And then the passive Glowing Shadows, when you attack a champion 3 times, it slows but then by 30% when you are ranged right now, and it used to be 15, so I guess maybe the slow got buffed a little bit here. So the next item we have on the list is Kraken Slayer. As you can probably tell, it no longer has critical chance, and right now it has 50 AD, so 10 more, 40% attack speed, so 5 more, and
So it's not ramping anymore, now it's actually missing health.
it also gives you 7% movement speed. As you can tell, the components also got...
Bro! This build path, how is actually supposed to lane? Oh yeah, let me get a 900 AD item, fucking Halfbound Axe and a recurve bow. Let me recall on those items. Enemy tank recalls on Wardens and fucking Tabby. I recall on an Omnitrix or whatever and a recurve bow. Nice.
change. You no longer have Cloak and Noonquiver, instead you have Rectrix, and you have the Halfbound Axe. The damage this item does seems to be the same, but right now it increases up to 150% based on their missing health. So the less enemies have HP, the more damage you will deal. This is different than it currently was, which was basically increasing the damage if you kept attacking the same target for a few seconds. What is also important is that the item is 100 gold more. It may not be much, but it's just worth noting. I think with crit items giving 25% crit instead of 20, this is probably a good
Okay, so
decision.
this is just
have
on-hit
Kraken
action
Slayer or
angle.
Phantom Dancer
Kraken
be
and Borg.
crit-less items.
But the Borg is
Also,
nerfed.
this would be a pretty cool idea to play on-hit without needing to go crit. So there will be more on-hit builds viable without going crit. So right now Terminus, instead of having 40 AD and 30% attack speed, it has 35 AD and 35% attack speed. The on-hit damage seems to be the same, and the passive seems to be pretty much the same as well. So then we have Rapid Fire Cannon. It also got massive changes. It used to be 3,000 gold, it's only 2,600 right now. So it doesn't give you AD at all anymore, so similar to Phantom Dancer, but this one still has crit. So 35% attack speed instead of 20, then you have 25 critical chance and 7% movement speed. So you basically lost 30 AD and you gained 15% attack speed.
Not worth.
There's also a new item as a component of Rapid Fire Cannon, and this is Scout Slingshot. Damaging a champion deals an additional 40 magic damage, and attacks reduce this cooldown by 1
so better
second.
shard.
So this is basically how Riot changed the Energize system. And as you can see, the Scout Slingshot actually builds into Rena's Hurricane as well, and it builds into Static Shift as well. What's also worth noting about Rapid Fire Cannon is that despite the build path being changed, and the Scout Slingshot being a component, when you build it, it seems that it still has the same passive. Static Shift no longer has critical strike, it has 50 AD and 40% attack speed. So Static Shift has lost the critical strike, but it got 10% extra attack speed. So Static Shift passive got completely changed. Right now when you kill the enemies, the Chain Lightning hits up to 6 targets. So let me show you right here. When you kill the target, you have the Static Shift Lightning, but it has 3 seconds cooldown, so you can probably proc it even more than you were before, because you don't need to energize it anymore. So this is a complete revamp of the energize mechanic that we have. But it only works on kill. But when you kill the champions, it does triple the damage and has no cooldown. Voltaic Cycle Sword also got changes because Cursor Shards got removed, so right now it builds off 2 long swords, but when you build it, it's still gonna be energized. So there are a lot of changes to the other items. For example, Navari Quick Blade, it doesn't have AD anymore, it's just attack speed, critical chance, and 7% movement speed. It's only 2600, but it still has the passive.
Wow. Wow. So what would fucking Zeri even build?
It had, but you pretty much lost all AD, and it no longer has ability haste as well. Instead it has movement speed. But it's a pretty cheap item, so there is that. Infinity Edge, for example, right now it has 80 AD, not 65 anymore. So a big boost
You
to
still can't
AD
build
in
AI and
Infinity
Navari
Edge.
together.
Then the Bloodthirster no longer has critical strike.
So what would Zeri build? The first item, bro. She can't go fucking static anymore because no crit. She can't go Kraken because no crit. She can't go Navori because no AD. What does Zeri build first item, bro?
And it also has 80 AD. Immortal Shield Bow also got pretty interesting changes. It has 5 AD more right now. It has 5% crit strike chance more, but it doesn't have lifesteal at all. So it's basically AD, crit, and a shield item. So it's a completely different item than Bloodthirster. The other change that I noticed is that Mercurial Scimitar doesn't have the critical strike anymore, and it has 10% lifesteal instead, but the AD and magic resist remain the same. Then we also got changes to Mom of Malmortius. It has 5 AD more, it has 10 magic resist less, but it also has 15 ability haste that it didn't have before. The lifeline passive also got changed. The shield lasts 3 seconds instead of 2.5 seconds, and it gives you 10% Omnivamp when it triggers, when the lifeline triggers. So
I like that items either have like shit ton of AD on them or shit ton of attack speed now.
It used to be 12% lifesteal, and right now it's going to be 10% Omnivamp until the end of the combat. It seems that Essence River also got changed. It has 5 AD more, 5 ability haste more, and of course 5% crit strike more. It no longer has the Shin attack, but it just has the basic attacks that give you mana on hit. But it is 3200, so it also got a little bit more expensive because it used to be 2900. The Collector got very little changes. The crit strike of course got adjusted. It has 1 lethality less and 5 AD more. So this is one of the items that didn't really get touched too much. And of course the armor penetration items, Lord Dominic's Regards, it has 5 AD more, 5% armor penetration more. Of course the critical strike chance is also higher, but it no longer has the passive, the Giant Slayer, that gave you extra damage for the enemies with more.
Ooh! So now you finally have to reason to buy LDR over fucking Mortal.
More maximum health than you.
Like ever.
And then the other last wisp.
Because now it gives you more AD and more pen.
Per item, Mortal Reminder. The stats.
The Giant Slayer was worthless, bro. Unless you're facing a fucking Mundo or a Shion, that passive would never kick in.
Remain pretty much the same, only the crit strike got changed, and the Grievous Wounds passive also remained the same. So this is one of the items that got all.
Maybe the build path for Akshan could be now the OG one. Kraken into Borg into LDR. Like fuck Terminus, like you go LDR, and then you go Collector, and then you go BT. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my
almost
god.
untouched, you could say. So there are also changes to the summoner spells. Right now Ghost lasts 13 seconds. It used to be 15 seconds, but it's going to be 13. So it is a pretty sizable nerf to the Ghost. But we also got a big buff to Barrier. So it used to be 105 to 411 damage, the shield, and right now it's going to be 120 to
Nobody
480.
takes this spell anyway.
So this is like 10-15% buff, and it also lasts 2.5 seconds instead of 2 seconds. So maybe it can be a viable alternative to your heal summoner. So yeah, I think this is pretty much it. All of the biggest changes that are coming with this mid-season. I mean, just the items themselves are absolutely crazy.
Cheesy Warwick
and
top.
remember, this is coming to the live servers in just 2 weeks. So you better be ready for it, because this
Nice, season 15 dropped. Cool, can't wait.